And I've got us on the Facebook Live. So if they've got questions there, I can take them on the Facebook Live as well. Welcome, 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 welcome. Yeah, so excited to have you guys here. It is actually a beautiful day here in sunny South Florida. We've been in our rainy season, so it's been a lot of days of, I actually enjoy the rainy days, because it feels like I get to sit at home and play and work on my business and feel connected to all of you across the world. So I enjoy that, but it's good to have the sun back too. Anne is from Massachusetts. She's a coach and an energy healer. She uses EFT, emotion code TAT, and SRT. Plus she has other modalities. Awesome. You're in the right place. We are believers in and lovers of all modalities. And I love helping people like smoosh them all together so that they can change people in the way that only they can, because there's no other combination of you and all your certifications out there, right? Okay, so wanting to just share with you today some tools that I have found to be super successful for me when it comes to moving from the model of one-on-one sessions to something that is more, some people call it high ticket, some people call it transformational. And what you're looking for is a way that ultimately, hopefully, you're looking for a way that you're not tied down to, if I work, I make money. You're looking to tap into the abundance of the universe and saying, if I provide this value and I find someone who values it in this way, the possibilities are endless, right? For, what you can charge. Now, Pam's from Oklahoma. She's transitioning from corporate. Cool. So a little bit about me before we journey on into the larger conversations, and I give you the steps. I've got 4 steps here of things that I want you to think through. Is when I got started on my own, I started off with the company that I thought was an amazing name for a company, freesocialmediahelp.com. And I got booked for a lot of speaking gigs and did, taught free classes. But I found that when it was time to have people actually pay for that help, they were a little less than thrilled for it, right? So my first coaching experience was with somebody who helped sort of rebrand me into, at that point, we just called me Mandy White, because I didn't know what future brand I was going to step into, and I didn't quite feel congruent with, the various names that it was new at this situation, right? So, I did a lot of one-on-one sort of done-for-you work for people, and quickly got into a place where I realized that, if the client, first of all, you can't do social media for somebody if they're not sort of, especially if they're a coach or an author or speaker or something, you can't have somebody just go make status updates for you, because it's your voice, it's your energy, especially those of us who are energy healers and have any kind of modality where the person really needs to connect with us in order to do the work. We're not selling widgets, right? So I struggled with supporting clients who, just because they hated sales and marketing so much, they were coming to me to do that for them. And then, I would do all my magic and it wouldn't work, or it would work for some and it wouldn't work for others. And so I got to learn how to empower people to, first of all, work with me as the person doing the social media plan for them or doing the marketing plan for them. I got to empower them to really step up and, take ownership of that creative process and really value the work that I was doing and the insights that I had, and use that to sort of propel them into a new direction. So from there, that the excitement and that energy just added more and more and more to the kinds of clients that I got to work with and the kind of experiences that I've gotten to have. And along that journey, I started to really understand the difference between me as somebody who was just stepping into at that time my woo-woo, my healing capacities, right? And so while I had all those certifications from the digital marketer program of, writing copy and writing sales pages and writing landing pages and building sales funnels and managing communities and doing Facebook ads and things like that, I realized that my capacity to heal businesses and heal people's relationship between marketing and sales was really the thing that when the clients co-created or kind of stepped into that space with me and played, that we got to create results that were even more fabulous, fun, and rewarding than some of the other clients who were kind of, scared to be supported in that way. So some of the successes for those of you, I don't recognize some of your names, so you must be new in the community. We helped Anne. Anne loves to stay at home. She's got like a zillion cats, and she has figured out how to be super good at Twitter. And she filled her entire group coaching program using Twitter. She sold 7 people into a $5,000 coaching program, right, through the contacts that she met on Twitter. How cool is that, right? And when I met her, she was asking for love offerings at the Unity Church to do EFT tapping sessions. And I can tell you that the love offering basket was not anywhere close to $35,000, probably not even $35 for those, the people at the workshop that one day. So and Anne, that first tax return that she shared with me, she'd made $18,000 the first year that she was just trading one-on-one sessions with people and doing a lot of trades. And this year she is on track to make much more than that, and is actually paying more in taxes, double in taxes, what she was making that first year there. So if this can work for her, if it can work for me, I want to be the space here today to show you a roadmap for what that might look like. Now, the thing about me and my roadmaps is that I can tell you certain steps of how exactly things should go. And some of you want sort of to be told what to do. But if you've ever found yourself on somebody else's webinar being told what to do and then not doing it, or sort of second guessing it or something like that, then maybe we're going to have more fun to play together. Because what I'm inviting you into is the energy of what it's going to take to be successful. And you're going to step in and some actions that you can take to make that possible. But because each of you is a combination of all these different skill sets and all these different certifications, and you want to work with people in a very unique way, your way of getting clients, your evolution in that process is going to be different than anybody else's, okay? So that's why, I can teach Anne to get clients from Twitter, and I can teach other clients to get clients from LinkedIn, and some people love doing speaking in front of the room. I can give you tons of other stories of people being successful doing, but the thing that I help them do is figure out what's going to be fun for them and what's going to really, really light them up and be a really fun way, as opposed to the way you guys are probably currently used to doing it. Like, I hate marketing. I hate talking about who I am and what I do, right? So I'm going to share with you, and at the end of this, I promise that I will send a link to grab this PDF for you. But this is your income magic bullet. This is 4 steps to creating transformational packages that stop you from trading time for money. So for those of you who are, we're just going to hop down at the bottom here. There's only 4 steps. So for me, when I look at the model of give me $125 a session and I'll give you, an hour of my time, the energy of that feels really, sticky and, yucky, right? And even if you're like, okay, well, I'll up it to $300, right? You're still like really very black and white-ish, putting value on something, right? And so, and you're also probably attracting victim energy clients because they just want to pay money to get a result. So when people were paying me to do social media, they just wanted, you know, to make money from social media. Like, they didn't understand all the steps that were required, that was a co-creative process. For my clients who are nutritionalists or health coaches or something, right? You're paying, they want to just pay the money to lose the weight. And you're like, yeah, but you got to put the Cheetos down every once in a while, and you got to go out and run a little bit, right? So what I found and the baseline of this is, if you're creating programs or ways that you serve clients from the place of 50-50, 50% if the client is taking care of and 50% you're taking care of, then the outcome that you both are looking to create will magically happen, or it's easier to have it magically happen, because, you know, the two forces are gathered together, and it creates an energy of a new, like, experience or new outcome, right? But when you do 49 or 51 or 75-25, because the balance is off, it often makes the creation, the energy, the new creation, its energy is off, right? It's a little bastardized in some ways. So I'd invite you to the possibility with me of looking at, for the next, 90 days, right? Just a small time period where you could create a goal for yourself, and then you could make an invitation to the world. You could see what it would be like to be that space in the world, and then invite people in. And if nobody comes and plays, you know, no worries. We could choose again in another month, right? But give yourself 30 or 60, 90 days at most to just commit to, like, playing with this process, okay? So there's 4 components of a hero offer. And I'm not saying hero from the place of saving somebody, but I'm saying hero from the perspective of, when you realize that you understand the space that somebody needs to step into to transform their own lives, and you provide that in the framework of your own coaching, right? Then that allows them to take that hero's journey and live their own life, and they're going to get an outcome that they really, really desire, okay? So the first element of a hero program is something that's high priced. So I want you to just close your eyes for a second as I ask you this question, and we're going to clear some of the energy around this. But and you're not going to answer this question with your logical mind. You're just going to learn to start to find an awareness, right? Which feels not like a feeling, but you just kind of, it's a knowing. So close your eyes for me. What energy, space, and consciousness must you, your business, and your body be to receive at least $1,000 for the combination of awesomeness and craziness you truly be with total ease? Anything that doesn't allow that, we're just going to destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Now, that crazy statement that I just said, you can open your eyes now. But that crazy little phrase I just said is from Access Consciousness. It's the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement. I'll send you some information about that later, about how that works. But most of the time for people, when we ask that crazy kind of question and we tap into your infinite self, your successful self, and we bring the energy up that is not in alignment with that question that we asked, we can just simply ask the energy to change. And the POD POC stands for different things. If you're interested in that, again, I'll let you know about that. But I feel a shift in your energy as I ask and cleared that information. So it might be something you need to clear again and again and again. But what it also does is it brings up points of view, because you're going to say next, well, I don't know, I don't know who would pay me. And instead of going into, well, then it won't work, and taking that as a sign from the universe that, you suck and it's not possible, you can go, okay, cool. Well, what else is possible? And I wonder where I could find people who would be happy to pay me $1,000. I wonder. And that's where marketing can get to be so much more fun, is if you come from this place of play. Okay. So I want you to go and ask that question for some homework for you. And then if you would, just take another second and close your eyes. And we're going to ask another question. What energy, space, and consciousness must you, your body, and your business be to find super fun and easy ways to add intangibles to your programs that accelerate the results someone can get from working with you with total ease? And anything that doesn't allow that, we just destroy and uncreate it all. Times a godzillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POD, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And you can open your eyes and just breathe into that. So when you do session for session, right, people are going to be like, well, I spent an hour with you and I get paid an hour, right? So this, or an hour to me is worth this. And it's a very black and white way to look at it. But if when you work with people, you say, well, you know, you get access to this Facebook group, or you can mastermind, or you get access to these audio programs I've created that are going to support you in getting the result faster, or you provide them checklists and worksheets. Those are all ways that you can help enhance the value that you're providing for someone, because honestly, people don't change from just coming into a session and then going back out in the world, because when they come into your presence, your energy is different. But when they go back into the world, they got to go back and be with all the wonky, crazy people that got them in that, you know, weird energy anyway, right? So being able to say, like, look, you're going to go home and you're going to, you know, have to, in the food example, right? You're going to go home, and now that you know how to eat better, it means, and you still have potato chips in the cupboard, right? Because your kids are eating the potato chips. It means you need a strategy for when you're hungry at night, not to go grab the potato chips like you're used to go grab some carrots, or to, you know, whatever that might be. So enhanced value is being able to support somebody beyond into the places where you know that they're going to need to go in order to get the transformation that they really want. And those usually are divided into things like mindset, that they got to believe, things they got to believe about themselves and the universe. Those are strategic, is like literally they don't know what else to go eat or what else to go do. Or it's something tactical, like replace potato chips for, you know, pickles or something like that, right? All right, so let me just check in with you. We've gone through 2 of them here, and I did promise we're going to spend about 30 minutes together. Is what I'm producing or sharing with you today awesome? You guys like good with this? Give me a thumbs up in the chat, or a smiley face, or, you know, something to let me know you're alive, you're listening, and you like what you hear. Thumbs up in the chat, a smiley face in the chat, a yes, Mandy, something like that. Okay, and I hope that everybody's giving good signs. Somebody figured out how to do a thumbs up. Now, if I am totally freaking you out with the energy stuff, let me know that too. I'm hoping to attract a tribe that sort of already gets the energy conversation. And the way we work with people is definitely at that vibrational level to help. I mean, because your thoughts become your reality. And if you log into Facebook every day and you're hating it, you're probably going to create piles of pooey clients and crap because that's just how it ends up working, right? So responsibility shared is the third element here, that when you look at a program, you creating something that's going to serve people, that's going to help them get the transformation that they're looking for. So close your eyes again, and we'll talk about responsibility shared. I'm going to ask your subconscious a question. What energy, space, and consciousness must you, your business, and your body be to be the space for total transformation and empowerment for you and your clients that would have everyone acknowledging the magic they truly be with total ease? And anything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Energetically just say yes, right, wrong, good, bad, all 9, POD, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So the responsibility shared, you can open your eyes, and just tap into that. How cool would it be to, so let's tap into the energy of what is not happening probably right now, right? If you're doing one-on-one sessions, then you get people who are like, excuse me, you know, that is, I paid that for this. Like, right? You get those crappy clients. You get the ones who don't appreciate, and you're like, and you just look around and you're like, all I see is crappy clients. All I see is clients who don't appreciate me. Like, look how much I did, right? And when you have clients that, when you set it up so that your boundaries can't be stepped over, when you set it up so that the responsibility is shared, and you empower your clients to step into the places where they do need the help and support. I remember when I'm helping clients in the beginning with doing social media, I thought it was that they just didn't know what buttons to push, right? And then I learned that they're really scared of being visible, right? Because stranger danger from being a kid, right? Strangers are bad, or they're afraid of being judged, or some of them have perfectionist energy inside them. And so, I could post stuff and it could be great, and they would like figure out how to blow it up or get lost in the news feed, right? And those are all energetic ways that they didn't like understand how to take things to the next level. So when I come in and I'm like, so are you afraid of being seen? Like, can we spend some time looking at that? Like in a past life where you killed for being too visible, let's destroy that energy and get it out of your DNA and move forward, right? Because you're being called to be seen here. We got to support that, right? You guys know this for your clients too, right? All of those little wacky nuances. For me, it shows up as annoyance. I find, especially in the past, myself getting really annoyed at my clients because they didn't know how to do something, or they didn't understand it, or I'd have to tell them like 10 zillion times, right? And now when I use that annoyance and frustration as a signal that there's a space I need to hold for them. Like, I already know what the space of being visible is like. I get told to fuck off like a lot. Especially as I up level myself, right? I get told that people aren't going to listen to me because I use the word fuck, right? But there are people who like me and like that I use the word fuck sometimes and like the examples that I use. And so I just continue to lean into, those people and realize that the people who are spewing the other judgments, that's about them. It's that old playground adage of I'm rubber and you're glue, and whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you. We forget that in online stuff. And, if we're going to have the visibility of Oprah or Tony Robbins or Marie Forleo, you got to be a little bit more rubber, and you got to be able to receive those judgments and know that they're not yours. So with this last piece here, we're talking about wanting there to be an outcome. And the whole program that you're doing is outcome oriented. So let's close our eyes and we'll tap into this question for you, for your consciousness. What energy, space, and consciousness must you, your business, and your body be to focus on the possibilities that are available for your clients in working with you? And I wonder how much fun it could be to not buy into their lies of money and time lack in this reality. Anything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy and uncreate it all? With an energetic yes. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POD, POC, shorts, boys, beyonds. And what else is possible for you and the outcomes you can get your clients that you've never even imagined? Doesn't that feel yummy and exciting? Right? So open your eyes and come back here with me. The outcome oriented. So here's where I'm going to give you an example that, again, you're looking for the energy of what I'm sharing with you and how that can match for what you've got. So all of you have some clients that are in your reality right now, or some people that are in your universe right now, right? Or some client you've had a really great outcome with, okay? If you would simply be with the energy of, okay, so this client got this outcome, and these are the steps, or these are the things that were required to co-create that outcome with this person. I wonder what it would be like to find, 5, 10, 20 more people who match that, who have that gap in their vibration, who have this place in their world where life sucks and that place in their world where they want that same outcome. I wonder what it would be like to find that, right? And so with that, I'll give you an example. In the Access world, we Access Consciousness world, we do a physical modality called Access Bars. So lots of times new bars practitioners go out and they're all like, oh, you got to get your bars run, you got to get your bars run. And nobody in the rest of the world knows what the fuck that means, right? The tappers, the Reiki people, all of you do this too. Like you go out and you're like, oh, you should have some Reiki done. Or, you need a Reiki session. In the real world, nobody knows, like they don't know what that means, right? But they want their back pain gone, or they want their migraines gone, right? So one way that you can tap into the universe and say, okay, I would like to make 6 figures helping people, let's just say with the migraines, right? I know I've had great results using this to help people with migraines, okay? And so when you go out and you start to talk to people, you're like, you know what, I've had a lot of success lately working with people who have migraines. Do you know of anybody who has any migraines? Then it gives an opening. It's an energetic opening for the person who you're talking to engage with you, right? It's different than you going, well, I do this, and you should really try this. That's a force sort of energy. And what we're looking for is to create just some space with our conversations. And that space is an invitation. That's what client attraction is about, because then the person could go, you know what, I don't have migraines, but my sister-in-law does. Would you, oh, cool. Could you introduce me to her? Sure. Right. So the more specific you can be about the person and the outcome that you want to create, you want to support, is where you're going to have the speed of the universe support you. Now, I am very, very faithful and proud of it, very in my relationships, very monogamous in my marriage. But when it comes to clients and when it comes to things in my business that I want to play with, I have sucked over the years at following all the gurus' advice to just niche down and only focus on one kind of person. And yet I have still been able to manage to make multiple 6 figures and to create and learn and get paid throughout that process. So that's one of the skills I want to translate on to you guys too, and be that space for you. So it might be that you get the idea of helping migraines, and you create a program and you enroll your first high ticket in it, or your first hero client in it. And then you realize, $1,000 is just not enough. I want, for the amount of money somebody was spending on drugs and the time they lost work for doing the migraines, like, wow, they should be paying $3,000 for this. Like, you're going to get some new awarenesses, right? And then you're going to learn, well, if I can do this for this, then I can find clients who do that, or who need this outcome and then that outcome. And then what you're able to do in a larger context is hold the space for different kinds of transformations with different people. And that's where your business empire grows. And that's where you still get to use that creative energy you've got in coming up with different combinations and different ways of helping people. So does that help? Is that cool? Does that give you some new possibilities for programs for yourself and different ways of sort of transitioning from, hey, you should come in for a session, into like, hey, if you want to quit smoking, maybe we can work together on what that would look like. And you can co-create an outcome with a client. Because if you just truly ask them, so, you want to quit smoking, what kind of support do you need to make that happen? You can facilitate them through a conversation of what that might look like. Okay. Now, I do want to make an invitation for you. If you kind of like what you're seeing here, I'm going to get one thing pulled up here. 3 clients, 3 weeks. Here we go. Okay. So one of the ways that I've got to support you in figuring this out in a fun, phenomenal, and rewarding way, that is not the page I'm looking for, is with a program we have called 3 Clients, 3 Weeks. And what it's designed to do, actually, I'll just send you the link afterwards so I can be focused here with you guys in just a second. So what it's focused on is, it came from a breakthrough that I had working originally with my coach. And if I could create a system where I knew what activities to do every day to be visible out in the world. And that could be Facebook, it could be LinkedIn, it could be Twitter, I don't care. It could be speaking, it could be networking events, I don't care, right? But you need to go out and be visible in the world. You need to know what to say. You need to know how to talk to somebody in a way that you get to interview them to see if they're going to be a good fit to be a co-creator together in this outcome. And then you need to learn how to enroll them, invite them into creating this possibility with you, right? So what you get in 3 Clients, 3 Weeks is the curriculum, right? So you're going to get immediate access to some training that will teach you the steps. And then you get access to a Facebook group where you get to commune with other people who are going through this process and have been through it. And I repeat this process every time I create a new product or, work with a different target market, right? So it's something you're going to continue to learn again and again. And from that, you're then going to be supported. We'll do some group calls, and they're small groups. So everybody's going to get their questions answered. There's usually not more than 4 or 5 people on a call. And if you can't join us at the specific time, email your call in or post in the Facebook group, and we'll make sure that you get your question answered. Right? But the goal of the 3 Clients, 3 Weeks is to have systems in place for you where you know exactly what you need to be doing to get 1 new client a week. And then you can take a week off at the end of the month, right? The program lasts for 6 months. It's a very nominal investment, but it's a really supportive way of kind of holding you accountable to getting that process in place. Because imagine what your life would be like if, at the end of 6 months together, you had gotten three clients in 3 weeks, for 6 months. You'd have 18 clients at the end of it. And hell, if you failed at it and only got 10 or 5, right, you'd be setting yourself up for making your next year even better. So I will make sure that you guys get an email here from me in a minute with a link to that. And because I do want to stay tight on the time here, let me know how you liked this training by either commenting on the Facebook group feed, if you guys are in the Expand Your Impact Facebook group, shooting me an email, mandywhitepearl@gmail.com, or you can play with me on LinkedIn or Facebook, Instagram. Just come and let me know what ahas and questions you have about what we presented today. So anyway, have a great day. Good luck, and go out and change the world, everybody, and have fun doing it. Let's get paid a lot to do it. All right, everybody. Bye.